This mic here doing? And we have another real tech here. And one moment, you should be able to hear me now on one of you. One moment, please, and then audio. The top is here. Okay, so I believe I fixed audio for everybody. Sorry about that. Uh, I'm sure just a minute ago, not a minute, but just about an hour ago or so, I had. By the way, I'm fixing a little knot here behind my the what they call that, the hollow of the back is where the pain is at, and I have to put something there. Uh, we've been off the broadcast scene for quite some time. So this is the first time back. There was some family issues I had to take care of. Other than the fact that I can't broadcast like I used to at all because of the situation going on with my back and whatnot. And so that's a struggle to get back into, especially after the summer. I take a hiatus, sabbatical, if you will, for the summer period from my church work, from the broadcast for church. Everything else I try to stay on tap, but on also advance, which hasn't been possible since the accident at all. But that's usually what I try to do, but it hasn't been working out that way for the past few years now. And so at this point, I wanted to get on here to give you guys an update about different things as we're getting back into the regular broadcast stream. Obviously, there's new shows that I'm trying to get going. Struggle like everything else. We started the last things I was doing was the Spaceperium broadcast. I don't know if anyone saw some of the testing with that. We maybe got half a show through, pushing it through, and we haven't been able to finish the other half of that show. It's just the first show test. So we're going to try to get that finished to have some sort of like a pilot going there, and that's part of a larger project that we're doing, not just for Classiforium, but also we're trying to streamline a method within the working with my situation. Of course, I'm sure someone else could do it easily. I could have done this easily back when, right? But now it's a uphill battle for me. But we're trying to make an easy way to put some the easiest way to say it would be movies. Create, I guess, my type of movie, and I'm not talking about mostly about entertainment. I'm not much of an entertainer, as you can tell. But at least to be able to bring out some educational and some, to delve into some type of entertainment eventually that is educational still, that has some moral or cognitive value. So I'm trying to find an easy way to put all that together. I got a structure set up. I got some ideas of how I can do it easily, and the thing is to get it done. As you can see that I did that Classiforium, the first pilot. I only got halfway through it, and I'm going to get back into trying to get the other half done now, and that's just a half-hour thing. So we're going to try my best to at least inch our way through this session by session or segment by segment, and see how we can streamline the process and make some sense from it all within the construct of my issues, because I got issues that I got to deal with, and it's really mucking up the works. So on and about the Classiforium classified, it's the classified site that I have. We've added events, local events. I have basically, I think it's like the top 115 cities or so of the United States already as a listing or a location available in classiforium.com. And I have my full series of real estate investing seminar dates already there. The tickets are on sale right now. It's live. So if you live in one of these cities, you can get it at the lowest price ever and possible and forever. Right now it's at $9.95 for you guys to hurry up and order your tickets. Now, I have the rule that the 10 months before the date of the seminar, I start raising the price by $1,000 because the regular price is $10,000 for that seminar and worth every micro penny of it. Absolutely, it's an exclusive program. It's not the stuff you can learn how to do real estate investing online. So it's not that. I mean, you can do that. It's fine. It's free. So you can go online. Even if you go to the website, the classiforium.com, and look at one of the ads, I believe I even give you the URL. You can go get the free education. Go learn that. It's good for you to learn that before you come to my place to my event, because now you're going to really understand the deeper truths and teaching and strategies that I'm going to be talking about. So it's good. It behooves you to learn that before the workshop even takes place. But it's really necessary right now for you to get in, because every month I'm going to raise the price by $1,000, 10 months before the event. So not all of them are going to be rising immediately, but some other Florida ones in particular they're really underpriced right now. Which leads me to the next thing I want to talk about, which was why they are underpriced right now. Because frankly, I had to reset everything. I had to move the seminar event announcement and ticketing platform to my own Classiforium, where I have control, because this other Eventbrite over there really did a horrible thing. They have not advised me. They haven't sent an email even at whatever issue they had. But I mean, it's really crummy, which is why I suggest that everyone do not use these third parties who do not give you the time of day. Eventbrite, simply there's other ways of handling whatever issue you had, but definitely at minimum an email, even with the same outcome. I'm really upset at the fact that they didn't even send me an email. I spent a lot of time, and I'm really, really set back at what their behavior. So I've decided to start my own event platform, and that's that. It's not like what they have is something unprecedented or unique. Now, what I have is unique and exclusive. So I do have events that are exclusive and particular, and they don't have what I have. So you know what? I'm going to not grace any other third-party platforms in the future. And anyone out there who's into selling online or developing events and whatnot, you really should consider what you're doing, what you're giving out to someone to promote or to have on their platform, leveraging on other platforms. And you say, well, you're starting one now. Why should anyone leverage on yours? Because simply, I'm not going to do what they did. There's no reason for what they did. My platform is marketer friendly. That's the difference. My platform is based around the needs of a person trying to promote an event and sell tickets to an event, and whatever that is. An event is an event. Why should my events conform to someone else's opinion of what an event is, or what is quality content? I mean, an event is an event. Let the buyer look at the event and judge for themselves. Simple as that. They are, they're making, or why are you letting some other people influence? Because I'm believing that competitors uh, did their complaining or whatever, jealous of my exclusive content, and afraid of it and fearing that they'll lose students. Because frankly, I do talk straight up. I tell people what the game is, what the game that these other guys are doing. So yeah, so they a platform allows itself, because I know this happens on Facebook too, and Twitter and whatnot. They allow themselves to hear these voices, but they don't check who these voices are and what their motivations are. They just say, "Oh, we got a complaint, so we're going to shut you down." They did that. Also, another platform, Wix. I'll name them because I want people to know where stupid lives on the internet. You got Wix over there who gets a complaint from a competitor of my wife's babysitting service, and they shut her website down. Oh, we got a complaint. This and that. They just shut her down. So, in essence, if you guys are afraid of other people, of anyone coming to make a complaint, why are you in this business to begin with? Why are you asking people to come and put their website on your Wix, put their events on your Eventbrite? I don't see, there's no brightness there, you're lacking it. Only to expose us to competitors and your flimsy manner in how you deal with voices in the wilderness, making complaints or bringing up false testimony, as we will say in the Bible, false witness, etc., etc. You guys are just, somebody made a complaint, so we have to shut you down. I mean, it's just total garbage. What is this, crowd complaint central? I mean, I'm not subscribing to that. I refuse to subscribe to that. Can you believe that? Talk about censorship. Then we can talk about consensus censorship. Let's censor it based on a consensus of one. One complaint. Even if there was a handful, it's still the world. How many people deal with Eventbrite? How many people subscribe? A matter of fact, to my event. How many of those complained? Right? Again, we won't know ever the truth of the matter because there's no communication. They sent no email. Why can't you send me an email? At least give my lawyer something to use, right? But you don't even do that. So where's the nefarious action? Who is taking nefarious actions here? Okay, so that's my rant for today. Anyway, so I'm starting up event as a website through Classiforum, my classified site in the events section. The great thing about your events on Classiforum is that they'll be featured on a a 20 million viewer platform of Roku TV and Amazon Fire TV. Okay, Eventbrite can't even come close to that. They don't even do that, right? So again, we have strategic marketing of all your events through classiforium.com. So if you have an event, because I know events are hard. Events are hard. I've asked around experts all over the place. You can't even find any social media agency who is willing to tackle a seminar of my caliber. They cannot handle it. They cannot feel sure that they will get any result from social media marketing. Social media marketing is supposed to be the wave or the rave. I don't see it. So in any case, I'm going to do what the social media agencies can't do. So if you're paying a social media agency, if you're paying Facebook to promote your stuff, and you're getting lackluster events, then come over to classiforium.com. I'm going to show you how things are done. Let's see what that is. That's my wife calling. So, not that I can't pick up, it's just that we already called. Let me get that. Yes, dear, what happened? Yes, tomorrow 3 o'clock. Tomorrow 3. Okay, bye. I'm online. I'm online. Bye bye. Alright, so that's it. Alright, yeah, I know. It's concise communication. And I gotta reposition my donut here. Sorry about that. It looks like I'm sticking my hand up you know where with the Shandong sign. Just getting that thing in the right in the spot there. Okay, so that's basically what's happening with that. So Eventbrite, we're gonna get your stuff on the Roku network and on Amazon Fire TV, and have your events promoted. We have a traffic engine. Again, Eventbrite doesn't do that, or any of the other event places. They're dealing mainly with SEO and traffic that's already on the site, which is good and dandy for some things. But when you really need heavy duty promoting without spending an arm and a leg, which everybody wants to make you spend an arm and a leg, and most of it is social media, this and that. Again, what I look at it as a waste of money. I want something more potent, more effective, and I believe that we have that with what we have ourselves in our TV network. So we're going to do that, and we're going to offer that to all the advertisers on classiforium.com. Now, you can get a featured ad. If you get a featured ad on classiforium.com, that gets you on the TV. So it's not like you have to get a separate TV promotional package or anything. You just simply order the classified ad featured, have it featured. That's about a $50 fee. It's monthly, 30 days featured, but as it is featured, and this is the key here, as it is featured, it will be shown on the TV show. You have to maintain the featured status. That's the only thing, and it's really cheap. I mean, $50 to get exposure like that, it's incredibly cheap and well worth the money. I mean, you're selling the tickets. I mean, my tickets are at $1,000 a pop through 10,000. The regular price is 10,000. So obviously, $50 a month is nothing. Right? But and most of you will have events that you events that you expect to have multiple ticket sales, even if they don't reach $50. But if you were selling them for $20, I mean, in three sales, you've covered that $50 expenditure to get exposure to 20 million folks. It's still, I mean, $50. It's very good. I mean, you can reach way less people and spend a lot more money than that. And I know you can agree with that. So I think it's a great deal. And I know it's a great deal. It's not a matter of me thinking of it or not, but it is a fantastic deal. So, yeah. So, again, classiforium.com. We started that new section there, events. All the featured events will be featured truly, not just on classiforium.com, but also on the Classiforium TV channel. Plus, we have in development many, many local channels so that your events can be, and we also have it on YouTube, where your events will be locally targeted. And of course, you're going to get just a lot of exposure. So I think it's a great deal. It's well worth the effort to bring your event over to classiforium.com. Yeah, and leverage all of the platforms. Doesn't matter where the ticket sale is made, right? Leverage all the platforms, and but at least at classiforium.com, your event will get exposure that no, you cannot get anyplace else. You won't get it. Simply, they just don't offer it. You're gonna get that exposure, and that exposure is ever increasing with the new things that we're adding all the time. So remember, you get at least two things. You're getting the TV exposure, and you're getting the traffic engine. Very important. The traffic engine's a really big thing. It helps you get promotion and social media done for you at no expense. I mean, if it's coming included with that $50 a month deal, I mean that's pretty good. I mean, you can spend thousands of dollars for a social media agency and get pretty much the way less results or fewer quality result than you will between both of our strategic prongs, if you will, marketing prongs. So I suggest that for you guys. So that's Class of 4M TV. That's our movie project. Some of the movies that we're planning to do is something that a director friend of mine had wanted to do with me. Since I'm a psychotherapist, he wanted to do some themes treated in a movie sense in some short film to bring out certain concepts, that are easy for people to digest. So I'm going to do that, go with that idea, try to do something on my own. And I always have him to fall back to for some more of the complicated projects or more advanced projects. But I want to be able to bring out some concepts of my own, on my own. And if something, one of those things really takes off, then it's something again that I can always bring to him. I'm saving him really for the Spaceperium project, which is about probably be the other thing I'll be talking about today. Because we do plan to do some movies on Spaceperium. As you know, this is the video game and LARP. Those who don't know what a LARP is, it's a live action role play game genre, which is basically a way of playing games where you actually dress up and you go someplace and you are in character. So you are, it's like real life gaming. So in our development of Spaceperium, we had decided to start grassroots, to start this game grassroots, because it really is a complex game. It's a hybrid, real life digital game in its final expression. And so this development is going to be quite complex. So we decided as part of to help the development along in many aspects, that a good idea was to try to make it a live, trying to make it a live engagement in the beginning. And work it into some of my networks, some of my business models, and it created a form of playing games, of getting the game started, of developing the game, which I did not know at the time was a LARP. There was actually a name for it. It's just funny because just last night I created a new business idea, a little bit from these things that we're talking about right now, and then I went to check for similar things online or what, and I did find that my idea, to some degree, is already being explored or being tried, and that made me happy because at least, hey, I'm not the only nut trying to do this. So it's a good thing that I found it. Big names are attempting this new business idea of mine. So that made me feel good too. So it makes me know, hey, listen, that at least my thinking is, trying to keep in step with the forefront of where people or where businessmen are heading toward. Not that I'm able to deliver, but at least the vision is there. So we looked at that, and so the same thing with the Spaceperium issue. The LARP is that form of gameplay which I didn't know existed before. I mean, at some time I may have heard about it, may have seen something, but it didn't ring any bells. And in the U.S. it's not yet taken a great grasp. But Spaceperium is a project that would be a catalyst for something like that to begin to take hold. So I did find that one of the writers in that genre opining on the future of it, especially in the USA and worldwide, seemed to hint that there was still a development that was still needed that would really take off in the USA and worldwide, would revive it in a worldwide scale. And as I was reading what his thoughts were, I said, that's me. That's Spaceperium. So I did a broadcast on that last time we were in our regular broadcast schedules. And so I realized, I say, wait a minute, this is Spaceperium. So we're at the right time. Spaceperium is at the right place at the right time. And so that LARP aspect of it is exactly what we're developing at the moment, along with the secondary and tertiary steps, so the advances to it. But the LARP seems to be something that's doable right now, and so we're making steps in that direction in a big way. It's a lot of projects here involved. There's a lot of other extemporaneous um, motions that we've already taken, that were in play, and that are really now beginning to work together. And soon it's going to have, hopefully, if I can keep pushing it, because again, I'm fighting my personal struggles here. But if that momentum can begin to take hold, we're looking at something very interesting with that Spaceperium project. So that's what's happening. So Spaceperium, one of the things with it that we'll be doing, and where the LARP ties into this movie that I'm talking about here, is because since we have the real action, real life action, that's very, it's easy to take that real life action and to impose, special effects. And basically, that's what you see in Star Wars, Star Trek, etc. And we can make some movies. Movies can be had. Um, we have the MyCBH TV, which we have been, and we continue to recruit producers, people who want to produce content, and people want to get involved in these early phases of this program, the Spaceperium project, the TV shows, the movie. You want to get involved. I mean, we have great packages here, really more interesting than just doing YouTube, hoping for YouTube to send you money. You can have, I believe, a better experience with our Spaceperium project and my CBH TV project than doing YouTube only. I'm not telling you to leave YouTube, but definitely I would leverage with these projects because they're gigantic projects, and so that would be something for you guys to look into, think about. leveraging on. So, and again, this is open to everyone and anyone. You just have to have like a dream, a desire. Wow, that's really nice. I would like to be involved with it. Well, come on, just join up. Find a way to get together with this and move on this and get early. You know, the early ones are the ones that are going to win big later on. You don't want to be staying, wait and see. A lot of people have that attitude. Let's wait and see. But, when you see, then it's going to cost you too much. It's going to be all the positions are tied up. Everyone who got in earlier has taken up all that's free space available, and you'll be out. So, doesn't make sense. You hear something's happening, get moving with it. Do something, get in early. You got to learn to do that in your life. Start doing things early, get involved early. Somebody's doing something, this movement, get there. Sometimes the only way to get started is to find something moving. It's like you're in a hot place, and how much you value just feeling a cool breeze. And if you feel a cool breeze, won't you want to get near where that breeze is coming from, right? You're looking, where's that coming from? There's a crack in the wall, what? There's a crack under the door, and you want to go down there and get more of that breeze. So, these are natural things. These are, doesn't take much of a brain power to realize that. I think your dog would know enough to do that, right? Find that cool breeze, find that little shade, sit there. So I don't see where people get that complexity of stupidity that they want to sit and wait when there's something moving and somebody's moving and doing something, where you want to sit and wait and see. It's like, it's retarded. Anyway, but that's the human condition. That's the human condition. That's the way we are. In either case, so it doesn't matter. I mean, we do have a limit how many people can come and participate. The law is limited to just 100 folks in a given area. So that has a limit. It's not a limitless thing. It has a definite limit. And so if you're one of the lucky few to get into this thing early and be part of it, you'll be part of it. Now, these people who are part of the game early on, these are the people who are going to be part of the game long term. And when we get into the digital game, you're the characters in the game. So you got to remember, Spaceperium is a different type of game. Spaceperium is based on the future space exploration, colonization, economy, etc., in space, but also is based on the real world, our real present right now, people, places, and things. Okay, and but that the Spaceperium is transporting into future events and places as well, space places, etc., but it correlates with real world timeline right now. So that means that if you get involved in the Spaceperium project, you will be in the game, the digital game. People will be buying that game years from now. They'll be playing a game, and you will be in that game. You will actually be a character in that game. And you obviously get the benefits of that. There's many benefits. And economic ones. The second thing is obviously when we do our TV shows, TV series, the movies, you guys will be part of that as well. You guys are going to be there. You'll be in the battles. You will be in different scenes, because this is the stuff movies will be built on, and some of the TV series obviously will be taking footage from the events that we have, the missions that we have locally, and you guys will be, and it will appear in these things. You'll be like, so to speak, extras, and yeah, of course there'll be issues of getting you into SAG and AFTRA and all that type of thing. Obviously, when that time comes, but still, these are things that you have an exclusive participation in. Again, only the 100, will be participating in that and be able to gain any type of income benefit from it at that time. So again, these are things, and what you're doing now, you're just having fun. You're getting together, having fun, playing a game, and you're helping develop the game, and you have these benefits accrue to you as the game develops and as these movies and TV series take form and become monetized, or at least produce income in one way or another. And then we're not even talking about selling any ideas or selling some of the stories or the movies to major movie houses, and then everyone's going to get paid. Obviously, you have to get paid. So these are things that, again, if somebody's starting something, it behooves you to get involved. It's as simple as that. If you just stay sitting on the sideline, then you'll be watching the football player on TV. But who's the one making money? The football player on TV. So that's what you want to do. See, you have a chance to play now on the team and later appear on the team on TV. See, that's your opportunity now. But you rather sit and watch now and then later see us on TV. Make no sense. Okay, so I can't make it more simple than that. It's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Okay, so we've covered Classiforium. We've covered Spaceperium. We have a few of our business programs that have been activated in the past before I left, obviously, to New York. So those are up. The business broker program. We have a health. If you're going to do some, or thinking of having a health business, an exercise, weight training business, a gym, gym coaching, weight trainer, or any type of health coach, trainer type of business, even a health business where there's therapy, where there's assistance or education, you really should look at the programs we have. They're very limited in the sense that only one per city. So you really should look at them. They have, you just PM me if you're watching this and you have a way to communicate. Do that. Otherwise, you have to follow where you're seeing this at now to see when I stream about those separate opportunities, and just really go after them. Because there's only one license per city. So that's something, again, sitting by and watching is not going to help you do anything. And we also have the restaurant a business that you can get started if you're thinking of doing any type of food business, any type. Doesn't have to be restaurant. But any type of food business, food related business, you can start earning money from a restaurant. And what we've done is that we're creating a few chains of restaurants in different niches, different types, different genres, and you can own the menu, the online menu and ordering system for these real restaurants. And that creates an easy way for you to start in the restaurant business at a low entry fee and profit from the restaurant business, because basically you're making a commission on every sale, every order for delivery. You're making that income. Now, we have a lot of advisors here. One of my restaurant advisors is a restaurant owner, and he tells me, that because we were talking about the system where the menu owner will get a notification on the phone, on your phone, that an order was placed, and how much and what your expected commission would be, etc., whatnot. And so, you know how your phone makes the ping and somebody sent you a message, ping, ping. So he was laughing it up because he said just incredible, um, where especially come a Friday night, a Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, he says the phone is ringing off the hook. I mean, that's one phone call. Have you ever been in a Chinese place, by the way, Chinese restaurant on a Friday, Saturday night? I mean, the phone, they got like four or five, they got a battery of phones. So they all ring. Ring, 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 ring. Now imagine that's your phone giving you a notification that someone made an order, placed an order through your website, through your online menu. That's the way it's going to be. I don't see how you're going to get a love life with your phone ringing. And now, if you set it to the vibrator, maybe that can help your love life. But that thing will be pinging Friday, Saturday night, nonstop. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nonstop, baby. And then, of course, every day, whenever the missus around in a city service area doesn't want to cook that night, that's going to be also pinging off your phone. I mean, it's a way for you to be in the restaurant business without, investing and dealing with opening of a restaurant and all the expenses and the risks and all of that. It's an easy way to get into the restaurant business and to profit from it. And of course, since we're opening restaurants and building them, if you have an idea for a restaurant, now you're making money with this great idea of mine, and you now say, listen, I want to try opening up my restaurant. You guys can come to me. You can come and we can talk about getting your brand developed and established in a city, and we can treat it like one of our own, and you'll be uh, better off, with our support and network of other restaurateurs and expertise, etc., etc. So, and then we also have the CUNA. The CUNA is the City University Network Association that we also have. And so, what they do is they create virtual and real business incubators, and one of those are for restaurants. And so, we create a restaurant hub, and basically it's a baby restaurant nursery where different ideas are tried. New restaurateurs, they are given a team and they're a space, and they're able to start their restaurant within this safe environment, financially safe, marketing and other things are there already. So it just gives them a safer and easier entry to establishing a restaurant. Once that restaurant starts having a great success, and then we can then begin to spread that out. And we can use the same type of system across the board to extend that and to establish it in different cities, et cetera, et cetera. So these are the things that are available to you guys, those of you interested in the restaurant. And we have through the CUNA system, we have similar opportunities for other types of businesses. We have the video one. If you guys are interested in video, having a video business, it means that you go and you record events and you broadcast them, or you make them into flash drives or whatnot, prepare them as video-based products and stuff like that, and also marketing, commercial creation for clients, etc. So if you're interested in that, we also have exclusive opportunities for that, and for virtual assistants. You know how to do some promotion online. You know how to make some websites and manage them and promote them, then you really should, again, subscribe to the channel you're on, or make sure you get notified when we're broadcasting, because we have exclusive one person per city opportunity for you. And I know that these are things that will help you immensely, but again, you have to do them before someone else takes it, before you get off of your butt and do something about it. So look, again, be very careful and look through our previous broadcasts, because I've already announced them. There's probably a broadcast dedicated to that announcement with the URL you can go to. So just look, don't sit around waiting. Go look for it, because someone's going to do that before you get to that. I'm looking at some of the messages some have put into the comment area. And blessings to all of you, each of you, and that God recognizes your faith. And asking, some of them ask for prayer support. And so that is certainly going to be had. And right now I declare in the name of Jesus Christ that your faith be honored, and let it be so. Amen. Praise God. So there's people asking for prayer. And likewise, I ask everyone to pray also for my father. He's not eating in the hospital in New York. He is, going through his battle. So again, a little prayer for him in that which the Lord wills, and that the Lord, that he has in his good eyes and good heart and his will, determined to be expedient, so that those things can happen. Amen. On him. And so we all agree to ask God for his answer and his hand. Amen. And mercy, of course, that God is always available and ready to shed his mercy on us all, and his grace, which is poured upon all of humanity. Which brings me to the other thing, which I'll finish with today. And that is the church programming. We're going to make a few changes to our Roku and Amazon Fire TV inventory of shows. We have on there right now TSPCI Shabbat and TSPCI Bible Studies. And we have all of the January through June broadcasts available there right now, but they can't stay. The reason they can't stay is because the more videos we have in inventory, that means that someone can just click on it and see and watch it. That costs money, especially when they're watching it. So we have a steady flow of people from many countries watching those videos. They're very informative. The videos are 2 hours long in most cases, because I can talk for a long time, as you've noticed by now. So they're chock full of information. I don't make short, brief, easily digestible videos. I'm sorry. I know that's the preferred video format of the age. I just can't do that. I mean, I could cut it up into little pieces, and I will be doing that, by the way. But I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos, 2-hour videos. So, but I will be treating some of the videos that are key. I would gather to be key videos, and make them into smaller snippets and things like that. But in any case, the issue here is that I have to take those down off of the Roku and Amazon Fire TV to make room within the budget for the new stuff that I'm going to be starting, I presume, in a few days on the Shabbat here, and which will be a very good one. By the way, I did the what is the seventh day I believe that was the last one we did for in June, July. And we showed a graphical depiction of the physical seventh day. It was very informative, that video. Anyone interested in really the Sabbath and the seventh day and all of that, you really should look at that. That is like a paramount must see. And this Shabbat, I'll be going into the spiritual seventh day, because we talked about the physical. We're going to talk about the spiritual, and why there is a spiritual seventh day, and how does that correlate with the scripture, with what God was saying and what God is meaning with the Shabbat. So I just want to give you that update. You really should tune in and should be part of that, because these are important teachings, not just for Shabbat keepers, but for all Christians. It's not enough for a Christian to say, and I'm not espousing Sabbath keeping, by the way, so don't misunderstand or construe what my positioning is. Well, you're a Sabbath keeper, you're teaching Sabbath now? No, I'm teaching Sabbath, yes. And Sabbath keeping by those that God said to keep the Sabbath. My posture or my position has always been that God addressed his 10 commandments, the law, which incorporates the Sabbath day, is precisely and specifically as it says in Exodus. I know you've never heard of this chapter before. Exodus 19, which is the chapter right before the 10 commandments. But in Exodus 19, God expressly tells Moses to whom he's dealing with. Now, this is right before the 10 commandments. So he's telling, this is what you're going to tell the house of Jacob, Exodus 19:3, and the children of Israel. He says that. Now, mind you, there are Gentiles there, because some of the Hebrew Israelite people tell, there were Gentiles there. They heard, they were there at Mount Sinai. That makes it even worse, doesn't it? Because what it says is that God, knowing that there were Gentiles there, he said, Exodus 19:3, tell the house of Jacob and the children of Israel. So he told Moses, this is not for everyone there. This is for specific people. So God is very clear, simple. I mean, God was always clear. People think God is not clear. He is. It's just that your religion has taught you things that necessitate God being Alzheimer, I'll put it that way, and not clear. But if you read the Bible with the assumption or with the understanding that God is clear and precise, then that is what he was. And there's very few religions that can survive a precise and exact God. So that being said, you guys can't miss this Shabbat teaching. It's a very important teaching, as all of my teachings are. I just said you guys fall asleep through it, unfortunately, but that's the physical state of things. That's the physical state of affairs. Remember, Noah and his family were the only ones in the ark when the time came. 120 years making that. So it's not no 2 hours. You guys fall asleep with 2 hours of me talking. Noah spent 120 years building that ark. It's a lot of 2-hour teachings. All right, so so we have to bring down those videos because there's not enough funds to pay for having them all hosted and being streamed to people who want them. So for the every 6 months, every time I do the recordings, they'll be up there. But then when I take my sabbaticals, which occurs in the summer July through early September, like we are at right now. This week I begin, and then I take another one after Christmas. So it's usually in January and February where I am not broadcasting. There's another 2 months there. And so the videos that go up from September through December then will be up until February, for example, and then they will be taken down to make room for the next broadcast season. So that's basically the way it's going to be. But the broadcasts are progressive. And so what that means is that, the later broadcasts, the broadcasts I'm going to be doing now in September this month, are based on what I already taught. And a lot of things that I'll be refer to things I already taught. I'm not going to reteach the same thing over and over again. It takes too long. So I'm going to put the videos in Arithmetic University, which is our school, online school, which we're trying the hardest to make it a real physical school before I pass from this earth. God help me, please. It's been a long time trying to get this thing together. So that's like it's a painful thing for me because of the pain and the things that are stopping me from progressing. I'm sorry I'm getting emotional, but this is my life's work. So I'm trying to get that done before I leave. So I appreciate your good feelings and prayers about that can be done. That is the temple like it was for David. And so that's the one of the things I'm really working on. If you notice all the things I'm doing, you'll notice a little thread. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But we're trying to get this thing done. And I'm going to put the videos behind a class, a Shabbat class, in the Arithmetic University. And people will contribute. I have to do it because we need the donations and financial support to keep the videos up in the cloud, right? Keep them accessible so people from all over the world can learn and can really, get the teaching and get understanding. The most thing I'm teaching is for people to think. So I'm teaching people to think instead of just, going by what other people say. You have to reason the word. You have to look at it. And you have to hear God. Look at what God is saying. Understand what He's saying. So, and again, we have many people who are supposedly Christian and whatnot. I just know that we have to, we have to downsize the channel availability, the topics, and the TV shows, or the teachings that are available, unfortunately, and put it behind the Arithmetic University and require a little contribution to have access in order to pay for the bandwidth, because this the problem here is not as much as making the videos available or doing the teaching. I'm teaching it. I'm providing free, just like I'm doing now. You're watching me. I'm doing this for free. You're getting it for free. When I'm teaching those sessions, they're being broadcast for free. A lot of you have seen me do it here, so you're getting it for free, right? Again, but to have them stored, number one is storage, to have it accessible when someone clicks and wants that information. And then it's the bandwidth as that person and thousands of others getting that information, that all that costs money. And if there's not enough people donating and contributing for that part of the ministry, then we cannot keep maintaining that. It's like I'm in the ministry, but the content distribution network is not in the ministry. They want their money. They got to pay rent, mortgage, and send their kids to college, So that's the bottom line. We have to use other resources and venues, and these people, that's their living, that's the way they make their business. So that has to be done. So again, we need contributions, we need donations in order to pay for those things. You know, a lot of people sit around criticizing ministers. Oh, what they do with the church money and this and that. I'm not giving any more tithes and whatnot. Hey, listen, you may have decided not to give tithes to your church and things like that, but I don't see anything coming here to help pay for this for these valuable teachings, and they are the most important teachings, not because I give them, but because they're very significant teachings that correct a lot of error that all the other churches have allowed to fester for many years. Quite frankly, I'm going to say it. Your church has allowed that teaching to go unperturbed. See? And I don't know what you're contributing to your churches, to your whatever you think, or to yourself, because now you're not giving any tithes to your pastor. Let him go get a job. But your church and your beliefs have not changed the way these people are being led astray. The teachings that I provide do provide, if not those people, key workers for the Lord who are going to take what I've taught and what you can see, what they've come to realize through those 2 hours of material, and go and teach someone else and get someone else out of error, and do that with hundreds. Now, that's the potential of these videos. That's what they're there. That's why God has made me do them. These are master videos. They're not your little Sunday school teaching. So these are powerful teachings that really need to stay online, but we can't afford to do that. So that's the reasoning behind that. So I have to put it behind a contribution paywall, if you will. I'll put it into Arithmetic University as a patron of that material anyway, since it is a church ministry in any case. And it has to do with the educational department in all cases in every way possible. So they will be the stewards of that information, of those teachings, and that's that. And that will be a basis for a continuance of those key teachings. These are the foundational ones, and as we go along, the main bulk of it. Because at this point, I don't see any way of having all of it available on Roku or Amazon or any TV network for that matter. But it will be available for anybody who really wants to study and puts value in it enough to contribute. It's a small fee. The regular tuition at this time is like $80 a month for any of the Arithmetic University classes. What we've done is reduce the outlay for you to have access, and anyone who wants the access to the archived teachings will only need to pay like for a week at $20. I said $20 for access. I think that's fair. You have the whole library, so they can go and pick and choose what they want to study in and learn. Of course, they can always fast forward and get certain sections for them to digest from many of the videos and stuff like that. $20 instead of having to pay the month-to-month $80 tuition. I think it's a good deal. That way, even if they needed 2 weeks to get through the archive, it would only cost them $40. And even if they took them a month, it would only be one $80 payment instead of $80 per month that the normal students would pay to be enrolled right now at today's prices in the Arithmetic University system. So it's what's going to be happening. As of course, we have the QR codes that we're using, where people can make donations in each of the shows. So we also encourage you to help out with any amount, a dollar, just a dollar, 50 cents. Let's go into micro BTC if we will. Anybody got any Bitcoin? You want to shave off a few Bitcoin shavings here and share that? At least that's something that may have growth in the future. So, hey, why not? Let's listen. It's just any contribution helps here. And so we're happy to receive any of that. I'm going to cut it right here. There's so much more to say, but there's a lot of developments here. There's a lot of things happening. But again, you want to sit and watch. So then sit and wait for my next broadcast. Take care, and God be with each and every one of you. Hey, listen, we're back. I'm struggling. Pray for us and the Rosado family. And, you know, that God does his will. That's what's always going to happen. And that's the one constant. Some people think or they're happy that, no matter what, the sun comes up in the morning and whatnot. I don't say that. What I say is no matter what, God's will is done. And that's what makes me happy each day. His will be done. Praise God. So God bless you all and take care. My next broadcast will come at any time. The Lord knows when. Take care.